matching hundreds. It's the coach, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see teams with a couple of running backs who each went over 100 yards a weekend ago, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Seattle Seahawks. With that, let's get up to Seattle. Standing by at CenturyLink Field, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Well, Coach, no rain in the forecast. That's the good news, but it is a chilly December day here in the Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
And when I think of Russell Wilson, I think not just of the big plays that he's made, and those are considerable, but when they were made. 4th and 26 in a Big Ten championship game against Michigan State when he was with Wisconsin.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
They'll run with Marshawn Lynch. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Geno Atkins in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that tells me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Credit the sack to Shaquem Griffin.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play there for the Niners. 62 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
They'll look to throw now on first down. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's brought down. There are the numbers for Samuel from that game last week. 5 catches, 83 yards, and a touchdown.
3rd in the league in receiving yards, and that's a strong number. That means he's being consistent each and every time out.
Here we go, G. Get off the field.
set to throw. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarter.
And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A great play there.
Green 80. 52. 52's the mic. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up.
On first down, Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now, there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4th.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Niners will take over at the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on.
He's got a man complete. The 20, 10, touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, an 80-yard touchdown. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different. I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result. Because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
We got 4.
He can run for it, and he will. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On their own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
Call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. Now back to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Jaron Reed able to They'll start on the ground with Lynch. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they...
Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. Wilson throwing quickly out to Lockett. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack, but that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The Seahawks on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 16. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Avery Williamson there to make the stop.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys. So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. A gain of 6 there on first. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on. And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. On play action, they'll throw. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get that little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 40.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2nd and 6. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nazir Jones cruises in for the sack.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 18. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
They'll set up a throw. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle with touchdown number 7 on the year.
Under review.
Touchdown, San Francisco.
What? Flag 90. 56 is the mic. Here we go, D. All day. Defense all day.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
He's going to sling this deep, and that's caught inside the 35. They give him a gain of 38.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great, let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt.
You got it.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now it's Wilson. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to fire one. This is caught at the 20. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have recovered. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful, because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back. But that's one step in the proper direction.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
First down, San Francisco.
This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. First and 10. They'll set up to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. So after the incompletion, second and 10 from the 22. Second and 10. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end. And now it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He'll drop to throw. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And that will extend their lead even further. So a capper there to a pretty good first half. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well, as we are back and started in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The 49er offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot, but nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs. So a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know, a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August.
Johnson, it's poke free. Football's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Looking to throw. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Subsequent gains of 3, 4, and now 5 yards. Good enough for the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
What you got, Charlie? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go. Here we go. Mike 50. Mike 50. Ready.
Back to throw here. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
No.
Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel, his second team.
Mine's 59. Come on, D.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D. Ford able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. On the ground, it's Lynch. Give him 3 yards on the run. Now they'll need to drop something good here on 3rd and 13.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Short throw to Disley. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? Who? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
that is
by the
one
time
positive.
we have to leave the booth.
Mike 54. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Switch. At 66. Let's go.
They begin the drive with Johnson. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers, too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Taking a shot for Samuel, and that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on,
Check, 59. Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
They start the drive with Lynch, and he's not going to make it out. Lynch is tackled in the end zone for the safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
you're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Kicking team.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic first down.
Let's go now. 10 Tucson. Man, I got you.
Running from the gun, Johnson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he loses the football a second time. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not only going to tip it, I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. On second down, Lynch. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Hey, we got to get to the ball.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Completes it to Dixon. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. Back now in Seattle, Washington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. First down, the run with Lynch. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
At the 22-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson, and Dixon has it. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The 10th carry of the game for Marshawn Lynch. Oh, leaves him behind on the spin. And they're going to get him down shy of the 1st at about the 13-yard line. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
Here we go. Go! Check 60, Pittsburgh. 54. Oh, you got deep? Set, go!
Quick hitter here, it's complete. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Niners on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 9.
Ready, go!
He'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. It got his man complete. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Wilson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Now this is fielded in the end zone. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
That 1st down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, you can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big play there for the Niners. 45 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and take and go like turtle at this point.
And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And the Seahawks have recovered.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, man, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Now it's Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson firing quickly here, and that's complete.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson completes it to Dixon. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now Wilson under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. To try again after the sack. Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Throwing is Wilson, and he's going to go down again. D Ford, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game.
Here we go. Set. 30 pace. Let's go. Hey, General. West.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. SOS.
Haywood.
SOS. 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 SOS.
Let her.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.